But before anything else, let me start. Magdona.
Kaya nga na-answer.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, we come to you today asking for your guidance, assistance, and support as we begin to speak procurement and plead with confidence. Grant us your heavenly peace and grace so that we may serve you with true fear of the praise and glory of your name through your Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
Thank you, Magdona. So for our attendance, for pre-performing conference, Mayor Soga, Chairperson present, Ricardo P. Lacson, Back Vice Chairperson, Elmer C. Salita, regular member, Carmen E. Rojas, Back regular member, Elisera Rundola, provisional member and user, Lola Gina Lacson, Back provisional member, 6 out of 7, so we have a quorum. Other attendance, attending, Landreds, Alpandi, our Back DPWH head,
Present, sir.
and Ma'am Rochelle Villamor, our procurement engineer.
Present po.
So to start, procurement ID 24FC 0040, description, construction of bridge, Barangay Calabasa, Labo Camarines Norte, location of the contract, Barangay Malangkaw Basot, Labo Camarines Norte, municipality, Labo, legislative district first, province Camarines Norte. Number 1, scope of work. Type of work, construction of bridge, estimated project component cost, 50 million, sorry, and approved budget for the contract, 48,999,205 pesos and 44 centavos. Number 3, release of the contract for procurement. 3.1, fund source, funding agreement, FY 2024, DPWH Infrastructure Program. Funding organization, Government of the Philippines. 3.2, completed bidding document, yes. 3.3, right-of-way acquisition plan. The project will be constructed within the barangay site. Number 4, contract implementation schedule. 4.1, contract duration, 191 calendar days. 4.2, target start date of contract after post-qualification of bidding. Number 5, proposed procurement method, national competitive bidding. So any question or clarification for 24FC 0040? So proceed to procurement ID 24FC 0041. Procurement description, construction of multipurpose building, location of the contract, Barangay Piña, Labo, Camarines Norte. Municipality, Labo, legislative district first, and province, Camarines Norte. Number 1, scope of work. Type of work, construction of multipurpose building, estimated project component cost, 5 million. And the approved budget for the contract, 4,949,996 pesos and 71 centavos. Number 3, readiness of the contract for procurement. 3.1, fund source, funding agreement, FY 2024, GA, funding organization, Government of the Philippines. 3.2, completed bidding document, yes. 3.3 right-of-way acquisition plan. The project will be constructed within the barangay site. Number 4, contract implementation schedule. 4.1, contract duration, 120 calendar days. 4.2, target start date of contract after post-qualification of bidder. And number 5, proposed procurement method, national competitive bidding. So, any question or clarification for 24FC 0041? If none, we proceed to another procurement ID. 24FC 0042. Procurement description, construction of multipurpose building, location of the contract, Barangay Kabusay, Labo, Camarines Norte. Municipality, Labo. Legislative District, 1st Province, Camarines Norte. Number 1, scope of work. Type of work, construction of backhoe record. Estimated project component cost, 5 million. And approved budget for the contract, 4,949,995 pesos and 51 centavos. So, number 3, release of the contract for procurement. 3.1, fund source, funding agreement, FY 2024 GA, funding organization, government of the Philippines. 3.2, completed bidding document, yes. 3.3, right-of-way acquisition plan. The project will be constructed within the barangay site. Number 4, contract implementation schedule. 4.1, contract duration, 120 calendar days. 4.2, target start date of contract after post-qualification of bidder. And number 5, proposed procurement method, the national competitive bidding. So, any question or clarification for 24FC 0042? So, we proceed to procurement ID 24FC 0043. Procurement description, construction of multipurpose building, location of the contract, Barangay Salvacion, Jose Panganiban, Camarines Norte. Municipality, Jose Panganiban. Legislative District, 1st Province, Camarines Norte. Number 1, scope of work. Type of work, construction of overcourt. Estimated project component cost, 5 million. And the estimated project cost, 5 million. And the approved budget for the contract, 4,949,996 pesos and 71 centavos. Number 3, release of the contract for procurement. 3.1, fund source, funding agreement, FY 2024 GA, and the funding organization, government of the Philippines. 3.2, completed bidding document, yes. And 3.3, right-of-way acquisition plan. The project will be constructed within the barangay site. Number 4, contract implementation schedule. 4.1, contract duration 120 calendar days. 4.2, target start date of contract after post-qualification of bidder. And number 5, proposed procurement method, national competitive bidding. So, any question or clarification for 24FC 0043? So, we proceed to procurement schedule. Activity. So, 6.1, pre-procurement conference, date, February 20, 2024, number of calendar days, 1. 6.2, advertisement of invitation to bid, February 23, 2024 to February 29, 2024. So, we have a number of calendar days, 7. 6.3, issuance of bidding documents, February 23, 2024 to March 14, 2024. So, number of calendar days is 21. 6.4, private conference.
Pwedeng pa-picture.
March 1, 2024. Number of calendar days 1. 6.5, receipt and opening of page. Our date is March 14, 2024. Number of calendar days is 1. Eligibility check. Date March 14, 2024. Number of calendar days is 1. 6.7, evaluation of bids from March 15, 2024 to March 21, 2024. So, number of calendar days is 7. 6.8, post-qualification. Our date is March 22, 2024 to April 2, 2024. Number of calendar days is 12. So 6.9, award of contract. Our date is March 3, 2024. Number of calendar days is 1. So any question or clarification for our pre-procurement conference for 4 projects? So that's it of our pre-procurement conference. So we proceed to our pre-bid conference. Proceed. Agenda. A. Contract data. B. Requirements for bidding documents. C. Bid form, technical and financial proposals. D. Criteria for eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification. A. Other matters. A. Contract data. Contract ID number 23MC0139. Contract name, construction of flood control. Barangay Mabilo, 1. Barangay Mabilo 2, Davao Camarines Norte, Package 3. Contract location, Barangay Mabilo 1, to Mabilo 2, Davao Camarines Norte. Implementing Office, DPWH CDO, Construction Section. Funding source, SR 2023-12-01564, 641. And the approved budget for the contract amounting to 144,749,937 pesos and 46 centavos. So, contract duration to complete the project, 293 calendar days. Scope of works, construction of 590 linear meter plant control structure with steel sheet pile foundation with construction of one 3-barrel 3 meters by 3 meters RCBC. So our location, Barangay Mabilo, 1 to Mabilo 2, Davao Camarines Norte. We have the site on the facility map. So typical detail of pavement, typical section A, typical section B. So for major categories of work, FCBPS, flood control, construction, bank protection structure. Similar categories of work, FCSP, FHR, PHC, PHW, and FHD. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract. Bidder must have completed 1. At least one contract that is similar to the following works, among others: A. Stone masonry. B. Retaining wall. C. You have the riprap, the geosynthetic. Number 2, similar slope protection works with at least 50% of item or more of the project. List of key personnel. Project manager, minimum years of similar experience in position 5 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position 2 years. Minimum years of total work experience in position 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training from the list of key equipment units, the description, capacity, and the required units. Payloader, the capacity is 1.5 cubic meter and 110 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Dump truck, the capacity is 12 cubic yard and 290 horsepower. The required unit is 2. Backhoe, the capacity is 0.80 cubic meter or 1.04 cubic yard and 130 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Water truck or pump, the capacity is 16,000 liters and 360 horsepower. The required unit is 1. 1 bagger mixer, the required unit is 3. Service vehicle pick-up type, the capacity is 4x4 and the required unit is 1. Plate compactor, the required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator, the required unit is 1. Bar cutter, the required unit is 1. Bar builder, the required unit is 1. Crawler crane, the capacity is 36 to 40 metric ton, the required unit is 1. Vibro hammer, the capacity is 60 ton and the required unit is 1. Welding machine, the required unit is 1. Cutting outfit, the required unit is 1. So as per DO number 11 series of 2017, laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No. Equipment capacity and required unit as specified in the bid data sheet shall be mandatory and absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. So any question or clarification for 23 FC 0139? So we proceed to another contract ID number 24 FC 0035. Contract name, construction and completion of multipurpose building. Contract location, Barangay Dayhagan, Jose Panganiban, Camarines Norte. Implementing office, DPWH CNDO Construction Section. Funding source, FY 2024 Infrastructure Program. Approved budget for the contract, 1,979,987 pesos and 49 centavos. Our contract duration, 60 calendar days. Scope of work, construction, completion of 6.95 meters by 10.9 meters, one-story multipurpose building. So we have the location, Barangay Dayhagan, Jose Panganiban, Camarines Norte, site development plan, and we have the perspective. So ground floor plan, roof deck plan, ground floor reflected ceiling plan. So we proceed to the major categories of work. BICW o PLC buildings, construction without pipes, low-rise, concrete frame, 1 to 5 stories. Similar categories of work, BICW PH CCP, BICW PL CCP, BICW PH CDP, BICW PL CDP, BICW o PHC, BIL, BIH, and BIM. 3. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract. A. Construction of building, low-rise. B. Repair, rehabilitation of building, low-rise. C. Improvement, upgrading, expansion of building, low-rise. List of key personnel. Project manager, minimum years of similar experience in position 5 years. Minimum years of total experience in position 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total experience in position 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years. Minimum years of total experience in position 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position 2 years. Minimum years of total experience in position 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training from DOLI. List of key equipment units. The description, the capacity, and the required units. So one bag mixer, the capacity is 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute, and the required unit is 1. Welding machine, gas or diesel driven. The capacity is 300 amperes and 48 horsepower. The required unit is 1. Jackhammer, the required unit is 1. Dump truck, the capacity is 12 cubic yard. The required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator, flexible shot type 2 inches, head diameter 5 amperes, gasoline driven. The required unit is 1. Barbinder, the capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, 3 phase. The required unit is 1. Bar cutter, the capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, grid 40 single phase. The required unit is 1. So as per DO number 11 series of 2017, laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No. Equipment capacity and required units as specified in the bid data sheet shall be mandatory, and absence of the same shall disqualify the contractor. So any question or clarification for 24 FC 0035? So we proceed to another contract ID number 24 FC 0036. Contract name, construction of drainage canal, Barangay Mangpungo, Paracali, Camarines Norte. Contract location, Barangay Mangpungo, Paracali, Camarines Norte. Implementing office, DPWH CNDO Construction Section. Funding source, FY 2024 Infrastructure Program. Approved budget for the contract, 4,949,995 pesos and 10 centavos. Contract duration, 90 calendar days. Scope of work, construction of 333 linear meter concrete line canal with curb and gutter, concreting of 73.5 linear meter road with barriers width. So, layout plan. So, the location, Barangay Mangpungo, Paracali, Camarines Norte, typical section. And major categories of work, FCN, flood control, construction, drainage, closed and open conduits. And the similar categories of work, RCP, RCA, RRP, RRA, WSL 2 and 3, F, FHN, FHV, and FHR. The following qualifiers shall be applied to this contract: must have completed road construction with drainage component or water supply level 2 and 3, construction with weir pipe or sewer pipes. List of key personnel: project manager, minimum years of similar experience in position 5 years, minimum years of total work experience in position 5 years. Project engineer, minimum years of similar experience in position 3 years, minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Materials engineer, minimum years of similar experience in minimum years of total work experience in position 3 years. Construction foreman, minimum years of similar experience in position 2 years, minimum years of total work experience in position 2 years. Construction safety health personnel need certificate of training from DORI. List of key equipment units: the description, capacity, required units. Service vehicle, pickup type, the capacity is 4x4, the required unit is 1. Backhoe, well type, the capacity is 0.28 cubic meter and 50 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Dump truck, the capacity is 12 cubic yard and 290 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Payloader, the capacity is 1.5 cubic meter and 110 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Plate compactor, the capacity is 400 to 500 gasoline engine and 5 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Water truck or pump, the capacity is 16,000 liters and 360 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Water pump, 100 mm diameter, sanction diameter. The capacity is 16 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Motorized road grader, the capacity is 140 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Vibratory roller, the capacity is 10 metric ton and 125 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Transit mixer, the capacity is 5 cubic meter and 175 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Concrete vibrator, flexible shaft type, 2 inches head, diameter 5 amperes, gasoline driven, the required unit is 2. Batching plant, the capacity is 30 cubic meter and the required unit is 1. Concrete spreader, the capacity is 5.5 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Concrete saw, the capacity is 14 inches blade diameter with 4 3/4 cutting depth and 7.5 horsepower, the required unit is 1. Bar cutter, the capacity is 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, grade 40, single phase, the required unit is 2. Asphalt joint sealer, gas or diesel driven with hot or cold spray nozzle, the required unit is 1. One bagger mixer, the capacity is 4 to 6 cubic feet per minute, the required unit is 2. And blue bed trailer, the capacity is 25 metric ton, the required unit is 1. As per DO number 11 series of 2017, laboratory equipment is required and mandatory. No, equipment capacity and required unit as specified in the PDC shall be mandatory and absence of the same shall disqualify the contract. So any question or clarification for 24FC 0036? So we proceed to the schedule of key procurement activity. Issuance, downloading of bidding documents from February 13, 2024 to March 4, 2024. Place hard copies of back secretariat of DPWH Camarines Norte DO at Camarines Norte. Downloading from DPWH website www.dpwh.gov.ph and PhilJames website www.philjames.gov.ph. Private conference today, February 20, 2024. Place conference hall DPWH and DO like Camarines Norte. Receipt of bids, opening of bids, preliminary evaluation of bids. Schedule on the October 24, 2023, 2024 yan. Ano yan? Bakit October?
March.
Pakichange mo. Sige.
March 4. March 4 na March 4.
Ang layo.
March 4,
2024.
2024.
So receipt of bids, opening of bids, preliminary evaluation of bids, scheduled on March 4, 2024 until 10 a.m. So place, conference hall, DPWH and DAO, like Camarines Norte. B. Requirements for bidding documents. Instruction to bidders, general condition of contract, special condition of contract, bid data sheet, specification, bid of quantities, bid forms, checklist for technical proposal, and checklist for financial proposal. Download at www.dpwh.gov.ph www.philjames.gov.ph. No format per DMC 85 series 2020. Additional statement for omnibus per DMC number 85 series 2020. Number 10. In case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligation and undertaking in the contract shall be sufficient grounds constitute criminal liability for swindling or estafa, or the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating of or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public in the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Article number 3015 Series 1930 as amended of revised penal code. Letter C. Bid form, technical and financial proposals. Prospective bidder shall submit their duly accomplished forms as specified in the bid and 2 separate sealed bid envelopes to the back chairman. The first envelope shall contain the technical component of the bid and the second envelope shall contain the financial component of the bid. The technical and financial document must be paginated, bounded, and tab marked and documentary stamp is required on all documents with notary public and properly sealed. All bid documents must be submitted and duplicate copies, original and copy one, sealed and signed. All bidders are invited to attend the pre-bid conference as scheduled for further instruction. Contract will be awarded to the lowest calculated responsive bid as determined in the bid evaluation and post-qualification. Manual submission, 1 original and 1 copy for its technical proposal and financial proposal must be submitted. Electronic submission, e-file of the technical proposal and financial proposal. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. D. Criteria for eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification. Criteria for eligibility screening, a contractor must meet the following major requirement. A. Filipino citizen or 75% Filipino. Own partnership or corporation with pickup license applicable to the type and cost of this contract. Region A, for contract ID number 23FC0139, and small b for contract ID number 24FC0035 to 24FC0036. B, completion of similar contract costing at least 50% of the EBC. C, net financial contracting capacity or NFCC at least equal to the EBC. Bid evaluation. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using a non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical correction for computational errors, and thus determine the correct calculated bid prices. The BAC shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the ABC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. Completeness. No price and required item non-responsive. Indicating a zero or a dash free to the government. All prices are deemed to include taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. Bid prices and figures versus word prevail. Total price per item versus unit price per item, unit price prevails. Total price versus actual sum of component items, actual sum prevails. Unit cost and detailed estimate versus unit cost in the BOQ prevails. All bid amount above ABC will be disqualified. Post-qualification and pursuant to Section 34.1 and 34.3 of Revised IAR of Republic Act 9184. 34.1. The lowest calculated bid or highest rated bid shall undergo post-qualification in order to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. 34.3. Verification, validation, and ascertainment of statement made and documents submitted shall consider but shall be limited to the following criteria. Legal requirements, licenses, certificates, permits, agreement, and exclusion, and any blacklist. Technical requirements, key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment. Failure of the prospective bidder to state a complete technical description of the plate's equipment and specific location, whether on list or under purchase agreement, shall result in the bidder automatic post disqualification for award of contract and forfeiture of its bid security per DO number 58 series of 2012. Performance and ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project or negative slippage of at least 10% against two or more contracts. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance in the prescribed date after receipt of the notice of defect and deficiencies. Substandard quality of work or unsatisfactory performance per contract per condition at the terms of inspection. DO number 127 series 2018. Strict application of Republic Act 9184 in the conduct of the post qualification of bidders will be delayed ongoing contracts with DPWH. So, authenticity and correctness of bid security. Financial requirements, bid price, proposal, and NFCC. Notes on the personnel and equipment requirements of the project as per DO number 09 series of 2012. Technical requirements of civil works project for public bidding. If the proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working another project at the same time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that, number one, the personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract. And number two, he or she will be replaced with another person equal or better qualification as specified by the head of the implementing office. Technical requirements. The bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not its employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if the contract under bidding will be awarded. This certification shall be included in the first envelope of the said bill. Also, to be verified during post-qualification is the seat of equipment placed by the bidder. The bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where they can be inspected. If any equipment is not in the specified location, then the bidder shall be post-disqualified. Contract award. The contract shall be awarded to the bidder whose bid has been determined to be the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or LCRB, as a result of the detailed evaluation and post-qualification conducted. Contract award shall be made within the bid validity period. Subcontracting is not allowed. A. Common reason for rejection of bids and eligibility and post-disqualification of bidders. Failure to submit the original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. Shorter bid validity and bid security period. Overlapping of fleets, equipment, and committed key technical personnel. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. Late submission of bid. Failure to submit supporting documents, sample certification of availability of equipment from the equipment's lessor or vendor for the duration of the project if bridge equipment is to be leased or purchased. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any one project or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Unsatisfactory CP's rating. Single proprietor, signatory should be the owner or proprietor only. Corporation or cooperative board secretary, certificate in board resolution. Joint venture resolution or agreement. Partnership as indicated in the articles of partnership. Discount offered in the bid form must be signed by owner, proprietor, or authorized managing officer. Hence, liaison officer signature may only be accepted provided that the specified limit of discount be included in the special scale. So, any question or clarification? So, that ends of our pre-bid conference. So, any announcement?
February 27 po, pre-bid.
January 27.
February po. February
February
27.
27.
Pre-bid po.
So, for this procurement and pre-bid conference adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.